parents come up and their question is, well, why would I let my kid play video games in a club or in a program that's after school or at school when they play all the time at home? And the answer is actually easier than you might think. When I actually speak to people, I basically ask this one question. I say, who are your kids playing with online? And most parents do not know. And I say that is why esports as a program at your school is great, especially in K through 12. So in higher education, there are still rules in terms of information sharing and things of that nature, but they're over the age 8. Most of them are over the age of 18. So the data sharing is not as stringent as if you are a minor. So the COPA laws and stuff like that in high school, all the way into, K through 12 in general, are extremely strict. And it's really hard to find out who you are. And it should be. Part of every institution's goal is to protect our kids. When you are playing in part of an organization or a program that's at school, we usually set up all the safety nets along with that to kind of help. And that's where a lot of schools don't know the other pieces that help to create that safety. If you are coming into a space and you're meeting new people, you know that they are your age because they are at your school, right? There's nobody random coming in to kind of playing. Not that there's anything wrong with a LAN center or anywhere where you might be renting time to play on a PC that you don't have at home or something like that. There's fine. There's still people that kind of work there, but this is specific to people. The students are their age or around their age. There's an advisor. There's somebody they can go to if there's a problem. So that is good. It's meeting kids their age. Also, when it comes to who they're playing with, online, when you're part of an esports program, normally you are playing with the kids that are in your room, or you're part of a league. The league has very, very specific rules as to who can be in those leagues, as well as secondary and third safety features to make sure there's always students in there, that the students are the same age or at least close to the same age, that they have the setups, that there's an advisor already as part of that. They are creating the infrastructure of safety and security so that your kids are not gaming with anybody that they shouldn't be. When your student or your child is not in that program, they have opened themselves up to a world of anybody. And anybody is a scary place. You don't know who they're playing with. You can't see them. You don't know who they are. And if you do see that other person, it could be too late for your child or a student. And as parents, it's okay that we do that. We can limit a child's play, but what we also see is that when they have and are making friends in school, through their esports program, they're also more likely to want to go hang out with said friend after school. So if you have a child that might not feel as accepted and they feel like online is where they are accepted, by allowing acceptance and comfortability around people to increase and knowing that they as a child and as a person are just as valid to be around as anybody else and to build their confidence and gain some friendships, the ability to go do other things is higher. It helps to decrease the crazy outside in the world that cannot be controlled and brings it into a controlled, more secure environment so that your child can not have to worry about all the garbage outside of it. And it is streamlined for a reason. The varsity teams and the competitive teams are streamlined for a reason. The programs are actually brought in for that reason so that your student or your child can be just that, a student and a child, without having to worry about the external factors as much, at least in the world of gaming.